Having regained control of herself, Yuko rejoins Mio on their search for the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll so that they can stop the curse. However, they find themselves with scarcely any leads to follow. Hi, Miss Intensity. How are you, babe? South Warigesui Street. I know we're supposed to be finding that Record of Fate's Yin Scroll thing, but it sure would be nice if we had more of a lead to work with. Right now, our only option is to try and trace the bloodline of that Onmyoji Seimin Tsuchimikado to today. But he's not a legitimate descendant of his family, so the library doesn't have anything about it. And since we've got nothing so far, we find ourselves here. So, ooh, bird! Ooh, we've almost got all of them. We only need 3 more, guys. That was bad, Bill. I was like, let's find the bird. Gotta find the bird. Oh my god, don't be up in my grill like that. Now then, can we really just barge in there and expect it to go well? Oh, Mio, what about that one guy? The one Inspector Tsutsumi checked with. I forgot his name. Oh, right. Apparently he never heard of Nakagoshi. Not that we have a way of contacting him directly anyway. We just have to leave a message with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau's messenger and hope it reaches him. He's always the one who contacts me, and even then it's only instructions. Well, I guess we're in a tight spot then. We won't get anywhere just waiting around. Let's do the best we can working on our own. There were a bunch of police cars speeding by earlier. I wonder if something happened. Must be. I've seen a few police officers and they look like they were on edge. Could Inspector Tsutsumi have let that Najima escape and everyone's scrambling to find him? Oh, after all the effort we put into gathering information, that would be unfortunate. Well, we know what happened to Najima. Do you guys remember? If you don't know, you can always check out the latest video on my YouTube. I would definitely... Actually, no, I don't think it'll work. But I did have, at one point, a command for it, but... It's just my stream, my Twitch handle, but for YouTube. So I guess our only options is Haihaku. So this is the Haihaku Soap's headquarters. My music is too loud in my ears. So we're thinking that one of the high-ranking people here is most likely the mastermind. Thank you, False. Chairwoman Yumamori, was it? Wait, our chairwoman high-ranking isn't the most important person at the company the president? I'm not sure, but she's definitely an important person. Even if we're able to meet with her, what do we talk with her about? We can't just waltz in there and ask her if she knows about the Yin Scroll out of nowhere. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Oh, is that your working style, Mio? Oh, well, whenever I find myself out of options, I usually just jump right into the thick of it. Into the thick of it? Oh, if you're scared, I don't mind going in by myself. Scared? As if. Think of me as your trusty bodyguard. I don't mind going big and taking a chance. Oh yeah, there's the Yako I know. Now, shall we? Wait. Sorry, hold on just a minute. No problem, we can take our time. I want to talk. I want to think. Can we just barge in there? Oh god, oh god. Oh, this is, I got a feeling this is gonna be bad. Go inside. Alright, let's give this a shot. Yikes, this is bad news bears. Excuse us. Looks like we're out of luck. Who knew you needed an appointment months in advance to meet the chairwoman? Turns out she's super duper important. Even the receptionist gave us the cold shoulder after realizing we're just students. Maybe her private security would hear us out, but they seem to be out at the moment. In that case... If Haihaku was no good, I don't know if we have any other options. What is it? That person coming this way. What? That tall guy? Do you know him? Yeah, from a little while back. Mr. Yumioka, over here. Oh. You're Gamioto's manager, Mr. Yumioka, yes? Good to see you again. Miss Kurosuzu. What a coincidence running into you here. Gamioto? Yumioka? Just what kind of person is this guy? Not a good one. He's been trying to avoid eye contact with Mia since he noticed it was her. Something's fishy. Like he's a little too nervous for just running into an acquaintance. You know him, Mio? Yeah, from a job a while back. Yeah, tell me more, bitch. Ugh, I guess I have to talk to this scumbag. How have things been since we last met? If she just stays with her training, she won't have to rely on cheating people anymore. Yeah, she has been keeping at it. Cheating people? You gotta tell me what happened. A case from a while back. A family overseeing a reliquary came to us saying they were being investigated by someone suspicious. Investigated. A psychic named Suigen Gimioto suddenly showed up. She said that she had a premonition that something terrible would happen and had to exorcise the temple immediately. Sounds like a cover for a burglary. After they notified the police, I was dispatched there by Paranormal Affairs. I inspected the place myself but didn't see anything wrong, so I sent them away. He acted as Gimioto's manager during the case. That is pretty suspicious. Apparently she was looking for something there, but I told her that's no excuse for fraud and sent her off with a scolding. And honestly, Gimioto didn't even have much spirit sense to speak of, which soured my mood on the whole thing. Right, so she was one of those types, huh? Well, she's involved in all kinds of stuff, so she may at least be knowledgeable about paranormal objects. More? But essentially, she's one of those fraudulent psychics that are so common nowadays. Okay, that's better. If you have no further business with me, then I'll be on my... Oh, before you go. Gamieto seemed to know a lot about paranormal objects. It would be a huge help if we could ask her about something. And what might that be? Is she familiar with an ancient text called the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Or anything about the descendants of an Onmyoji named Saiman Tsukumegado? I beg your pardon. Miss Kurosuzu, how do you... So you do know about it. I see. If that's what you're after, then that means... Hold it. Don't tell me you're trying to snatch up some innocent schoolgirls this time. Stop right there. Huh? Yay! Ah! If it isn't Yumioka, what a pleasure to see you again. Mayu Chosowa, what are you doing here? Huh? Chosowa? This investigator here helped me out. You really did a number on me. What do you know? We just so happen to have some business with Haihaku ourselves. Why don't you join us? You can do that much for us, can't you? You work for Haihaku, after all. Depending on how this conversation goes, I won't have to get the police involved. Huh? You work for Haihaku? What's going on? There's really no way you can refuse, though, is there? You two young ladies must be involved as well. Would you care to join us? Oh, sure. Ooh, the plot thickens! Yes! Quite the view, isn't it? How long can you play dumb with this many people lined up wanting answers from you? You'd better just give in and come clean with everything you know. Ugh. There is a lot of people here. You are not lying, lady. So many people. First, the client. She was only introduced as the investigator's client. She's cool. It feels like we wouldn't stand a chance against a full-grown woman like her. But Mio is amazing, too. Keeping her cool at a time like this. She must be used to dealing with adults by now. We were introduced briefly earlier, but this fishy-looking guy is a private investigator. I thought they were only like that in TV shows, but I guess they're pretty intense in real life, too. She's Mayu Chosawa. The fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, the police officer. I'll have to talk to her about Hitomi later. He's clearly shaken by all this. It feels like he's desperately racking his brain for a way to get out of this. It's almost hard to watch. Okay. Excuse me. I had no idea that Gamioto was connected with Haihaku. So I'd just like to ask, was it Miss Yomamori from Haihaku who obtained the Record of Fates and passed it on to Ariashi? No, that was not the case. Oh, my mistake. Was it Suiden Gamioto's doing then? No, it was not. We first learned of the Record of Fates from Mr. Ariashi. It was then that Miss Yamamori gained an interest and extended a contract to compensate him in return for his research and findings. Then who was it that activated the Feast of Shadows to call forth the curse of the Seven Mysteries? I give you my word that we had no part in that. We had learned from Ariashi beforehand that something would happen at midnight last night, that is all. Hey, there's no way that's true. Stop lying. I must ask that you please refrain from violence. Hold on, Yako, it's alright. The minute I learned that Gamioto was none other than the Queen of Haihaku herself, I felt that was the case. She doesn't have a strong enough spirit sense for it. So, interesting. So, the chairwoman of Haihaku, apparently. Huh. Okay. So, they're talking about the chairwoman, I believe, and people were saying how she had a spirit sense or some kind of something. But apparently not if she was being a fraud. Oh, gotcha. While it's still somewhat shameful, if you require proof, then so be it. What, so that talk of supernatural power was just hot air? I don't think she has zero spirit sense, but even Yako here has more than her. I do? Also, the spirit power lingering in this park has been bothering me for quite some time. The person who died here must have had considerably powerful spirit sense. If they were a Haihaku employee, then maybe they should have been the one running things. My, to think that Shogo Oki was so talented. At any rate, Haihaku wasn't the mastermind behind exposing the Record of Fates to the world and initiating the Feast of Shadows. I think we can be sure about that. Alright. Excuse me, are you new to all of this too? Oh, I guess I'm kind of just tagging along. Me too. Let's make sure to not get in the way, shall we? Right. Now then, I've come to hand over the Haunting Clapper's curse stone like I promised. A curse stone? Thank you. I have to admit, I'm surprised that you are a man of your word. But first, I've got some questions about the curse stones you already have. What exactly do you want to know? Earlier you said that Haihaku has collected 6 curse stones already. 6? I'd like to confirm which of the 7 mysteries they correspond to. And why do you need to know that? Because I don't trust, of course. If you really collected them like you say, you'd have no problem saying which curse stones they are, right? First, the Whispering Canal. Good. And what else? Then the Whispering Canal was Shogo Oki's. In case you guys are new, or you haven't been here for the first rundown of this game, Shogo Oki was the main character we were playing. He's dead as fuck. He's not coming back. There is no saving Shogo Oki. He had the Whispering Canal. So it is completely likely that he does have the Whispering Canal. Mayu Chosawa, over there, has the Beckoning Light. Yep, you were the one who made sure I got it. What? Unfortunately for you, I don't feel like handing it over. So I don't think it counts as one of yours. Good to know. Anyway, do continue. Next, there's the Ever-Burning Lantern, which we gave to Hideki Ariashi. So you consider that one of Haihaku's then? Whatever, we'll worry about that later. That's 3. What about the others? Well, the others are the Foot Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What? And lastly, the Fool's Procession, if I recall. So you claim. How about it, mademoiselle? That's wrong. Those 3 are with the Inspector Tatsumi. I gave the Fool's Procession to him myself, so I know he's wrong. There you have it. Too bad for you, pal. Ugh. If our agreement was founded on lies, then I have no duty to hand over my curse stone like I promised. Ugh. Meaning the only curse stone you have is the Whispering Canal. And it inevitably follows that you used it to kill that young man in Kinshibori Park. Such a horrible act, and to your own employee no less. No, there you are mistaken. To be entirely frank with you, we do not possess a single cursed stone. What? We plan to collect soul drugs using any method available to us, of course, as we needed the right. But committing murder ourselves was too much of a risk. We intended on having others collect the soul drugs for us. Is that so? Therefore, I myself have no soul drugs in my possession. It was our plan to arrange for particularly greedy individuals to receive the curses. What? It is possible Shogooki came to possess the Whispering Canal because of that. But by the time I became aware of this, he was already dead. I don't believe you. Are you really trying to talk your way out of this now? Or do you really want me to believe that a Heihaku employee was cursed by complete coincidence? That is the truth, whether you believe me or not. It must have been someone else entirely who took Shogooki's stone and killed him. I have no idea whatsoever whose hands the Whispering Canal is in now, nor where it may be. Oh, could it really be? Then it wasn't Heihaku who put the idea in Fumichika Nejima's head to get a curse stone either? Nejima, the only ones we've negotiated with are Iwai and Ariashi. Interesting. Excuse me, but does that mean you don't know the location of the remaining curse stones either? There's one that hasn't been mentioned. What about the Taiko of Suguru? Oh, good question, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'm afraid we have no information in that regard either. Have you heard enough about curse stones? I have nothing else to tell you. I'll cut to the chase then. Are you the ones who killed Hajime Yoshimi? No, we did not. Don't try and play dumb now. If not you, then who? That much I don't know. While it is true that we were after the information he possessed, he was killed by someone else before we could acquire it, which forced us to target you instead, Miss Chozawa. And that's why you forced me to talk, and why I ended up with this curse, huh? Indeed, though I never thought you would escape. Well, it took a couple of miracles, but yeah, I got out. And just what information did Hajime have that you wanted? You really think you can get away without answering now? But... Wow, seeing a bunch of adults? Okay, that's the same. And you know about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll too, don't you? If you're researching the Rite of Resurrection and the Record of Fates, then you must have looked into the Yin Scroll as well. That's right, the Record of Fates alone wasn't enough to learn how to collect soul dregs. I'm sure you looked into many things on your own, but how much do you actually know? Who and where Simon Tsukimikado's descendants are? Were you able to find that sort of information with Gamioto's connections? I can't reveal that. Then would you prefer I expose to the public how Gamioto is a fraud with almost zero spirit sense? Ugh. Fine, I understand. From the results of our independent research, I found that Simon Tsukimikado's descendant was Hajime Yoshimi. What? So that's why you went after Hajime. However, Hajime Yoshimi was only carrying a fragment of the whole. A fragment? That's right, he did say something about a fragment of an old manuscript. The location of the Yin Scroll was hidden. The information was split into two and hidden in a pair of talismans, which were then passed from generation to generation. Talismans? I see. Hajime Yoshimi was supposed to have one, but it was almost certainly stolen when he was killed. It's possible that he knew the location of the other as well. So that's why you questioned me about the things he'd inherited. The girl Hajime had been helping recently must have had it then. Oh, Michiyo's talisman. Yes, Michiyo Shiraishi was also likely a descendant of Simon Tsukimikado. What? The talisman she'd carried as a keepsake from her father, we searched for it based on Mr. Chozawa's memories. However, Michiyo Shiraishi was already dead. Yes, by coincidence she happened to be closely connected to Mr. Iwai, so we began our investigation there. But he was already dead too, leaving you in a quandary. I see. Mio, if we can get both of the talismans... Yep, we'll know the location of the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Wow, sometimes the answer is just right under your nose. Sometimes those answers are the hardest to find. I want to make sure I'm not missing any birds. I don't see any. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. What is it, mademoiselle? Would you be willing to give up the curse stone you have? Ah, yes, you have a point. They're too dangerous to carelessly walk around with one in one's pocket. However, sorry to disappoint you, that's not possible at the moment. And why is that? You don't know, do you? Then I'll tell you and our friend from Haihaku over there. I doubt any of you have attempted it yet. But it seems that curse stones cannot be given to normal people. Huh? What? I actually tested it with the madam here earlier. Even if you give the curse stone to someone else, the curse bearer doesn't change, and the stone eventually makes its way back to the bearer. It's almost obvious when you think about it, seeing as how the curse stones appeared to the curse bearers of their own accord to begin with. But Inspector Tatsumi has collected curse stones from other curse bearers. Then Inspector Tatsumi must be a curse bearer himself. Ah. He was. So from what you're saying, cursed stones can only be transferred between curse bearers. And obtaining a curse stone alone doesn't make it someone a curse bearer, so they can't use its curse? Exactly, so they aren't quite as dangerous as you think. As for Haihaku's intention of just collecting the curse stones for themselves, unfortunately for them, it was never going to work, unless there's a curse bearer among them. Ugh. That damn Ariashi, how could he not know this? That must be why I sensed that I couldn't take Yako's curse stone. I returned it right away when I borrowed it from her earlier. That's precisely how it works, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'll give mine directly to Inspector Tatsumi later. If you know Inspector Tatsumi, then I think that's best. Thank you. Fine, I'll let someone else ask you something for now. Yako, let's keep quiet about the location of the talismans for now, okay? Ah, right. No need for Yumioko to know. That was a close one. I almost let it slip. Okay, I think that's about all we have to ask him. We'll let you off today, since you went along with all our questions nicely. A pleasure working with you. We're done here. But the information you have. The hell are you whining about? I said we're done, so scram. Ugh. That's all our business as well. So I shall be bidding you all farewell. Yes, right. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator, please don't forget about that curse stone. Don't you fret. I'll hand it over to Inspector Tatsumi like I promised. I'm glad I didn't end up having to give it to that Yumioka. Let's take our leave, madame. With this, we'll be freed from this troublesome curse ourselves. That lady and the investigator, we should keep an eye on them. Agreed. Really? Why? I think they're up to something. Just my intuition, but still. Yeah, I wonder what that investigator really wanted out of all this. If his goal was getting information about the curse stones, then this might be bad. Oh right, I got one of those curse stones too, the beckoning light. Oh right, if you wouldn't mind, would you give it to Inspector Tatsumi without using it? Yeah, sure, if you introduce me to the cop, that is. I feel like if I keep carrying it around with me, I'll start getting some weird ideas too. I just remembered, Mayu, I have something important to tell you. Whoa, what's with all the yelling all of a sudden? You know a girl named Hitomi Okuda, don't you? Really? Hitomi has Hajime's talisman? Yes, he entrusted it to her in a panic just before his death. He sensed an imminent crisis closing in on him, but Hitomi was the only one around that he could ask for help. That's so. I'm sorry she got left with such a big responsibility. That must mean that Hajime got killed by someone who was after that talisman, but since he gave it to someone else, they couldn't steal it like they wanted. I'll have to thank Hitomi for that. I also think it's going to be hard for us to get her to give up the talisman. Yeah, you may be right. It was Hajime's dying request to her. So you two need the talisman for something? Yes. Personally, I'd like to use that talisman as bait. Then I could get my hands on the bastard that killed Hajime. Please, I promise we'll uncover the mastermind behind all this. They probably have supernatural abilities at their disposal. Please leave them to us. Yeah, we'll catch them. Don't you worry. Well, look at that. You've got that look in your eyes. The look that young people get that says they'll get something done no matter what it takes. How am I supposed to say no to that? You go find them and give them what they deserve for what they did to my Hajime. You hear? She reminds me of like an older version of Yako. We will. I'm pretty mad at them myself. If punches work on them, I'll give them a good one. Now that I can get behind. I'll leave it to you two. Now then, your next move should be to find Hitome and get that talisman. Though, isn't there one more talisman that you need? Right, but we've got a pretty good idea of where that one Michiho hat is. We'll have to check with Inspector Tatsumi about that. We should go back to the school and call him. You got it. Okay, I'll head to the high school now and wait for you there. Perfect. Things are just coming together.